Let's do it.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Wade and Carter Show. Ash Brent, final show before Thanksgiving.
Because we won't be here
We won't be-
Wednesday,
we won't be here
Thursday,
tomorrow.
Friday.
It's just the way it goes.
You people will have to get along without us.
Yep. Daniel Wade White, Greg Garcia, Ricky King on the podium this morning. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the show. Good news. Bob Constantine, good friend of many of you, back in surgery today, but he was on liver and kidney list, and I know Junior was updating people, but Bob got his liver yesterday, set for the kidneys today. Everything went well, so prayers continue for Bob. And
Yep, doing good.
Yep. So just
Doing
wanted to,
good.
I know a lot of you have been asking and were reaching out, so I just wanted to pass that along. Ask that you continue prayers for Bob.
Yep, Wade and Carter weather brought to you by the great folks at AT Deerland Feed. For everything you need, of course, you go to Deerland Feed. 66 degrees in Victoria, Texas, under mostly sunny skies. To be, it's not quite sunny yet. Heading to a high today of 82. Should be a beautiful day. I mean, it's in the 70s around 5 o'clock. It's going to be very nice. Very nice day. Welcome to all our listeners on Magic 95.9, the mothership, the foundation of the show. Welcome to all the new listeners on the No Bull Network. I got a call yesterday from a gentleman, Ash, who let me know, because I just wanted you to know that I was listening to y'all this morning around Stockdale. That's distant.
Hey, that's good.
And he said, tomorrow I may be in Calhoun County. And if I am,
Did he call in and we didn't take his call yesterday?
no, he didn't, but I told him to call in today if he was out there. So good for him.
So Dak Prescott became the Cowboys' all-time leading passer in that win against the Eagles on Sunday, passing Tony Romo.
And yet I find him to be fourth in all-time relevance in Dallas Cowboys quarterback. No, I'm sorry. Fifth in all-time Dallas Cowboys quarterback relevance. Don
Staubach?
Meredith. Well, Staubach first, Aikman
Aikman.
second,
Dandy Don.
and Romo, and then
Dak.
And then Dak.
Although Dandy Don was about as successful as Romo and Prescott in the playoffs.
Right, but he was on some terrible teams, but Meredith was
So was
such
Romo,
a great
and
player.
so was Prescott.
Yeah, such a great player. Prescott really, really coming into his own this year, doing some great things. You've got to realize that Roger Staubach won Super Bowl, probably the one against Miami, was the MVP and only threw for like 112 yards. I mean, it's a totally different NFL. Instead of a handoff now, people throw the ball everywhere. To have 34,000 yards for Prescott, 20,000 of those are yards after catch.
Yeah.
So,
And he throws 48 passes a game.
right. So you got to wonder, did Prescott ever play with Witten?
Ooh. Maybe they had to have crossed paths for a little bit. No,
No.
I don't think so. I don't know.
Did he play with Jay Saldy? Jay Novacek?
No, it certainly didn't play with check.
Dyron Talbert? Where did these guys come from?
Rena Sherry, good morning. Jordan Glass, Crystal Mapp, Marvin Mickers, Bobby Leister, Lisa Poole, Linda Chris, Mark Cepeda, Leanne Knowles,
Hi,
Mike
Leanne.
Howard, Cody Bauman checking in, Greg Garcia,
Cody Bauman, not here.
Mark Kurtz.
You like my Psalm off hat, my commemorative, because the Aggies are always wanting to
Yeah,
saw
saw off the
varsity
horns.
horns. We're
Yeah.
sawing Reveille's little legs off right there. It's for the PETA people.
Yeah, I don't know which one's more disturbing. I think
Reveille-
the legs off
Reveille
Reveille
with
is a little
no
more
legs.
disturbing.
It says saw them off. Horns win this week.
What do you call Reveille with no arms and with no legs?
What?
Doesn't matter. He ain't coming anyway.
Horns win this week. I say 42-38. Going to be a track meet. Going to be a good game.
I think it'll be a track meet.
Greg
and-
Garcia
and-
says, no love for Danny White during the 80s. No, he's a distant fifth, somewhere around.
Danny White's only problem was following Roger Staubach. Let's be honest. He
that's
was a
true.
very good quarterback.
Arizona
good
State
punter.
guy, wasn't he?
Yep.
Really a good punter. He and Dan Pastorini kind of define the quarterback punter. It's a great deal if you think about it, because you can get it's 2 for 1
Yeah.
on the budget.
You can put somebody else in a roster spot somewhere else, right?
preferably a receiver.
But
Hi, Torrin Bales.
I like Danny White. I did.
I liked him too. Number 11.
Yep.
I liked him.
And he was way better than Gary Hogaboom, who was his
Oh,
backup.
Gary Hogaboom.
There you go. Jordan Glass says he played with Winton in his rookie year.
And nobody was as bad as Quincy Carter. Nobody.
You're probably right.
No, there's no starter. What a bleak period in Cowboys history. Daniel Wade White said Danny White is the greatest.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Morning, Torn Bales, BJ Nelson. What do you make in the indictments tossed against Comey and Letitia James? Dismissed without prejudice.
So to me, it's a federal judge, to me, overstepping their bounds per usual. Let the DOJ work it out. But if they were removed or reduced. What was the word called?
Without prejudice.
Without prejudice means they could be refiled.
Yeah. She said the judge was illegally, the federal judge that dismissed the indictment said that Lindsay Halligan, who was the interim U.S. attorney, was illegally unlawfully appointed to be the prosecutor
So
for that case.
Make a note of that. This federal judge is not saying that
they're not guilty.
They could be as guilty can be, but because Pam Bondi only had a 120-day interim appointment authority, and this was like on day 123, that the fact that she appointed Lindsay Halligan to be the prosecutor was null and void, and therefore the whole case gets thrown out. So I look for these, if the case is legit, if the Department of Justice has reviewed this, I look for them to refile these charges.
Yeah, the Comey one to me, I don't know. That just seems. I think that one's a tougher one. I think Letitia James one. I think she's as guilty as Trump was.
Oh,
if not worse.
She's more guilty because she. First of all, do you think that Donald Trump was negotiating with bankers? His team did these things.
Yeah.
His staff did these things, and at the end of the day, Letitia James went and sat and filed for a mortgage. I mean, she lied to them. So.
Jordan Bale says Arch Manning is silencing the haters. I don't know that he's silencing them yet. I think he's shut them up for a couple of weeks. But I don't know that. I'll put it this way. 4 weeks ago, I was sitting there saying he's the next Chris Sims, and I don't think that anymore.
Do you know that for those of you that are Cowboys aficionados at any level, so when do you think that Quincy Carter got out of the University of Georgia? Now think about this before you answer. Just like he graduated from Georgia, played at Georgia. When do you think he got out?
2003.
No, see, that's how dumb I am. No, it was 2000.
Okay.
I would have had him playing back in the 90s, and he didn't. He played for Dallas. He's only 48 years old now, is my point. I mean, if he had played as long as Tom Brady, he would have just retired. But instead, he was so terrible.
He was no Tom Brady.
Tom Brady was a friend of mine, and he's no Tom Brady.
Was he? I had no idea he was a friend of yours.
We're very close. Let's see what his stats are. I can't read them. It's just too depressing. But they're on there. I just can't read them.
4 years. 18-16 was his record. He started 34 of 38 games that he played.
Right, so he was the guy. It's on him.
Completed 56% of his passes for 6,000 yards, threw 32 touchdowns and 37 interceptions.
Oh, that last stat caught him.
I bet, but he probably didn't have much.
And you can deal with him being a little under 60% passing. What do you make of that?
Yeah, what do you make of and weigh in, folks, 361-894-4020 if you're listening.
I like that.
Pentagon now investigating Senator Mark Kelly, after refusing or airing a video telling military members, National Guard.
You've all seen it. There's about 5 different people that are in Congress in different roles that are saying you don't have to obey an illegal
You
order.
must.
You must refuse to obey an illegal order. They're literally reaching out, empowering our military to refuse the orders of the commander in chief. And what I find so interesting is that when put on the spot, one of the people that was in the video was interviewed and was asked, do you have an order or something from Donald Trump that's illegal? Do you have something in mind? Is there an incident? Is there an example that you can give us? And it wasn't it wasn't an antagonistic question. It was like, I'm on your side. Now tell me what prompted this. And the person said, well, we don't have any examples. I mean, as far as but there's some semantics being used, and there's the world operates on semantics and gray area. For example, we talked about this long ago before the national media started talking about it, that this play that's going on with these drug boats in Venezuela, it ain't about drugs. It's not about drugs. It's about oil and precious minerals and controlling
The Western Hemisphere.
Donald Trump wisely does not want Venezuela with their despot, their dictator. It's a narco-terrorist country. They get their money from Russia, China, and drug deals. That's where they get their money. Their gross product, their domestic product, or their whatever
GDP
is based on drug sales. They
and
are
oil.
a drug company and an oil company. Trump is saying, hey, I don't necessarily want to take it over, but we can't let the Russians have it. We can't let the Chinese have it.
And they're funding Hezbollah.
So at the end of the day, how somebody explain to me how Trump bombing drug boats coming into our country, they're not going into Mexico, they're coming into our country. Trump blowing up drug boats. How is that any different than Obama? And you may say, well, two wrongs don't make a right. I'm good with that. But I need to know how it's different, if it is, than Obama did more drone strikes on, what was it, Iran?
Yeah.
Than anybody ever. Donald Trump is playing chess while you people on the left are watching checkers. He's blowing up boats. Those people deserve due process.
They're just coming here for a better life.
Yeah, BS. Blow them up.
Have you
Blow
seen the
them
videos of these guys?
Oh, yeah.
These boats? They have bundles of stuff under tarps.
Even the left isn't disputing that they're drug dealers.
Oh. They don't have fish. They have one fishing rod and a boat that's not designed for fishing. And then they
100%.
claim they're commercial fishermen.
BJ Nelson 100% says, hey, but Venezuela used to be the shining star in South America until socialism happened. We need to listen to this. Amen.
The people were doing so well, they felt that they needed to vote in a socialist government because Chavez had promised them it would be even better. We're going to give you everything. No, all he did was take everything away from them.
Yeah.
They're mired in poverty. I don't know why former Major League Baseball or current Major League Baseball players ever go back to Venezuela in the off season. You know, because every off season you'll hear a story of a former player that's died in a tragic car wreck.
Or
Their
gets
infrastructure is
stabbed.
terrible. They get stabbed. Yeah, or they're paying ransom to some terror or some crime group because one of their family members got kidnapped. It's terrible.
100%. Monica is responding to, by the way, Monica, those are some beautiful pecans that you gave me at Bingo.
Yeah.
I want to make sure you folks know that Wade and Carter absolutely accepts gifts, and there is no limit. It's not. We are not elected officials. You want to give us gear, you feel free. You know, it's funny. Greg Garcia says, would a fishing boat need 4 motors and large tarps to catch fish? The tarps, no. The motors Yeah. I mean, that's the thing.
Yeah, but not
these
on those
days.
size of boats,
No, you don't need like an 18-foot boat with 1,200 horsepower on the back.
which is what they have.
It's just riding. Nothing but the prop is in the water.
Yeah, center console.
Yeah.
There's no
You
bait
just sounded
well.
like Bill Withers.
Yeah, I
I
know.
know. There's those. No, there's no.
No ice chest, no bait well, nothing on those boats. A center
You thought
console
you were
and
gonna
four
say
motors.
something funny or pertinent or
No, I just
heaven forbid
couldn't quite
both.
think of the term.
There's no.
That never happens.
Reminds me of Jerry James, great local
Ricky
singer.
King says, I know an MLB player that sold everything he had in Venezuela and will not go back, and he took his family out as well.
Yeah, Venezuela.
Is he living around here right now? I think I might know that same one, or at least know
Yes.
of him.
Which would you do? Would you take the drug boat and be in America in a day, or would you take the land route and walk through Honduras and Guatemala and all that and get here in a couple of months?
I think the land route is safer because you're not going to get
Yeah.
blown to smithereens.
Plus, George Soros will feed you.
Well, apparently the NGOs aren't getting any more money because Christy Nome the other day said no more money for all these NGOs that have been, instead of providing humanitarian aid, working with cartels to actually process and get people into the country. She's claiming that the NGOs were promising to get these people into the United States.
Laundering money.
Yeah.
Crazy stuff. Let's take a quick break.
$500 million.
Remind everybody, it's still not too late for you to begin eating healthy. You know, Thursday, we'll get to that. Thursday's going to be a rough day for everybody.
Yeah.
But Parvita Wellness can help you get in and get healthy. Go by and see Erica Briggs. Tell her what you want to accomplish. Man, I've been having these headaches. I need to get some gluten out of my system. Heaven forbid you want to go vegan. She could help you with that. It's like helping somebody be depressed, but I get it. Go by and see Erica Briggs at the Vita Cafe. Fantastic fare, great atmosphere, beautiful out. The days are nice. Go enjoy it on the front patio. The Dollar Floor Store, great family-owned business out of Bryan and College Station. Having an office here, have an office in Rockport. I see the natural progression. I mean, they had an office in Rockport before they got here, and they thought, man, we're going right through Victoria. Why not? We can take care of both stores. Great people, great flooring for every part of your house. Go by and see them. Allen's Wrecker Service, 578-6300. Allen's is your go-to tow-to. They'll help you get from here to there. They can get a jump. Men, if your car breaks down, see, I did it so it wouldn't be sexist. Men, if your car breaks down and you can't figure out how to get it jumped, call Allen's Wrecker Service. Veracruz Restaurant today, get in. Nothing sets the tone for Thanksgiving like a great plate of Tex-Mex. Get in and see Lee and Ida.
Order the enchilada casserole for.
That's a beautiful idea.
Order it for the day after Thanksgiving.
Oh,
Put it in
man.
the fridge for a day. It always tastes better when all those flavors meld together because
It is
you're going to
great.
be so tired of turkey come Friday or Saturday, and you're not going to want to
Absolutely.
cook. And you'll feel
Absolutely.
guilty if you have a fridge full of leftovers and you cook something. So you might as well just pull something that's already in the fridge, and you'll feel less guilt.
You know, tell the
Enchilada
truth.
casserole.
Overall, a turkey is not an expensive dish, and after the Thanksgiving meal, and you got your bloat on, and you're just wanting to watch a little football, you say to yourself, "Why do we only do this like twice a year?" And then 3 days later, you remember why you only do it twice a year, because you don't want any more turkey. USA Concrete Coatings, 578-HOME. Reach out to Charlie and Elaine Garcia. Let them come out and show you the options you've got, whether it's leveling your foundation, leveling your home that's on pier and beam. They do this professionally. They can also lift and seal all the cracks in your driveway. They can put down a tough as nails polyurethane coat that won't crack, stick, peel, or fade. Reach out to USA Concrete Coatings today. Sand it, seal it, stain it, paint it. Whatever you want done, they can do.
Brad Mitchell, good morning.
Hi, Brad. What do you got, dog?
I'm just trying to see what else is going on. Or apparently,
You're over there like cruising somebody's Instagram account.
no, not yet. Somebody on the coast, give us a call because apparently these rare white-spotted jellyfish are showing up on our shore in larger numbers. Do they actually migrate all the way from Australia, or is it just what they're called? I don't know.
They just go with the flow, you know.
Considered invasive.
Like
16 inches. You want to see a photo of
I
it?
just want to. No, okay, that was an ad.
Yeah.
ShamWow guy
Yeah.
running for Congress.
Offer Vince Shlomi is he was the pitch guy for the ShamWow, and apparently he's going to run for Congress.
Only in America, folks.
Yep.
Wow, he is. This is the sad part. He is one of a dozen or so candidates challenging incumbent John Carter, no relation,
No?
an 84-year-old Republican. Wow. I mean, do you really need to be? I'm not, a child, but do you need to be 84 years old running for Congress?
Yeah, I don't think so. Texas Department of Housing and Community Affairs being sued by our Attorney General Ken Paxton for alleged discrimination against faith-based organizations. He's been busy this week. I think this is the second big lawsuit that he's filed or announced in the last couple of days.
So here's the deal. The Texas Department of Housing and Community Affairs currently has barred faith-based organizations from accessing public funds unless they pledge to refrain from religious activities. So this is based loosely on the misinterpretation of the separation of church and state. And they're saying that, like, if a group like the Baptist Men wanted to access funds and they had 100 people ready to go help work on low-end housing, and they want to paint and repair and do things, if those people in any way were to mention, say, Jesus Christ and say, hey, we're here because we believe in Jesus and we want to help you. No public funds.
Nope.
No,
Can't do
you
that.
can't have public funds because you said that. But now you could be, make no mistake, there are people whose politics function as their religion. You could get those funds and say, just thanks, give your thanks to the Democrat Party. That's okay. But if you want to give your thanks to Jesus Christ, well then, oh, no, that wall will go unpainted. Hats off to Ken Paxton. Whether he's a flawed vessel or not, hats off to Ken Paxton for doing what's right. Wow. The key is natural gas. That's the key phrase there.
But what do you make of that? They get a state-backed loan, Energy we're talking about, NRG, the guys that put the name on the big football stadium in Houston.
Of course, the loan's the main thing. They're obviously a for-profit company, but NRG Energy is building a 455-megawatt natural gas power plant north of Jacinto City with a loan from the Texas Energy Fund. I think, isn't it probably tied to trying to solve the problems of the grid?
Probably.
Solar plants don't work when the sun is blocked. Wind farms don't work when the atmosphere is still. Natural gas plants work. There you go. Several new power plants have been announced in the last few weeks. A little less than 2 weeks ago, Greg Abbott announced a $936 million power plant for Chambers County, which, by the way, $936 million for a power plant, it ain't that big a deal.
This is from the Houston Chronicle.
Yeah. It's not that big a deal. Although it adds 721 megawatts, so it's almost twice as big as this one that they're building in Jacinto
It's
City.
interesting that a newspaper as big as the Houston Chronicle has really no details on the loan,
No,
the state loan. I mean, I don't have the time to go digging, but you've got the largest power company in Texas. They can put their name on a football stadium, and they need a state-backed guaranteed loan.
Linda Chris, just so cynical and accurate, says the insider trading is good. That's why they all stay in Congress. Torrin Bell says Nancy Pelosi's 150 and still in Congress.
Marjorie Taylor Greene, when she entered Congress in 2021, her net worth was $700,000.
What is it now?
$25 million,
But that's
according
all
to the
based
online
on-
estimates.
She's on the Pelosi program.
She did buy shares in a company when she was in office that ended up being acquired by or acquired Trump Social or Truth Social, the company owned by
Right.
Trump.
If it's not illegal,
Yeah.
you can't fault her for doing it. I have no
Just
problem
makes
making
you
it
wonder
illegal.
where she got the information that they were going to end up acquiring Truth Social.
That's insider trading.
That's what I'm curious to know.
BJ Nelson asks, I don't know if it's a gentle prod to move on from what we were talking about, but she says, has anyone watched the new 2 episodes of Layman? Yes.
No.
There you go.
Do we need to talk about it?
No, but it's such a well written show. The dialogue is so good. It's really not about the oil field.
Well, just like Yellowstone wasn't really about a ranch, right?
Right?
Just TV. Man,
True
there's just
story.
not much. We always joke that Tuesdays are slow news Tuesdays. It's even worse when you're heading into Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving dinner will cost Texans less this year. Austin American-Statesman, according to the Farm Bureau survey, finds that dinner is going to cost about $5.52 a person in the state of Texas. That's 11% lower than it did a year ago.
I'm kind of keeping up with the numbers. I'll have a hard time getting there, but as we talked about, by the way, folks, I don't usually talk about our personal stuff so much, although we're pretty much an open book. Ash will be dining with me on Thanksgiving Day. I don't want you to be worried that Ash is going to be just at home cleaning up dog poop. He will be with me.
I'll be doing that too.
Right. He will be with me. And do you have anything, like, do you want to add cheese curds or something? We're going to have turkey. I just can't help it. We're going to spatchcock that turkey
Okay.
and put it on a smoker. And then we're going to, yes, Brian Small, he will pay $5.52. Wait now, $5.52 Ash will get billed, plus a $10 service fee, plus an extra 3.5% because he's going to use his debit card.
And a 20% tip will automatically be added to
because
the bill.
there's a group of 6 or more. And then he will be shamed because we're going to do it electronically. Do you want to give an 18, 22, or 25% tip? And his $5.
And do you want to round up to support the Brent Carter charity, NGO?
Absolutely. So
Yeah.
for $80, he'll get out of there with all the bloat he can handle.
Absolutely.
Now, we're going to have turkey, ham, homemade mac and cheese, as opposed to
Store
the
bought.
good value.
Yeah. Great value.
Great value. It's not good, it's great.
It's great.
We're going to have
It
green
is.
bean casserole, mostly because it's a staple. My mother's bringing all of those glorious methane-producing
Brussels
deviled
sprouts?
eggs.
Oh,
We're going to
there'll be
have
plenty left for you then.
cornbread and white bread dressing that I personally am going to make.
All right.
We will have a broccoli, cheese, and rice casserole.
All right.
If you just get 1 spoon of everything and some gravy, you're probably looking at
8,000
about
calories.
3,500 calories.
Okay.
Oh, forgot, Marvin. Yes, the alcohol fee. Yes. Yeah, be small. Come on down, man. It basically from 2:00 on Thursday. Cannot wait. Katie's coming in with Steven, her dashingly handsome military officer, and my much more than perfect, smartest baby in the room, Kennedy.
There you go.
Kendall and Marvin, Kyle flying solo. I always tell Kyle to bring a date because you just never know what Kyle would show up with, you know? That ain't a wait. That's a waitress with a Dolly Parton wig. I know, Dad. Ain't she cool?
Look,
That's
the offers are
kind I
flying
do.
in now. Junior says no service charges and tamales at the last resort.
Wow, is so Junior's like, folks, if you would
Become
like,
a bidding war.
if you would like to bid, for
Somebody
Ash,
pay me and I'm there. As
somebody want to pay Ash $10 and feed him, he's there, and he'll help do dishes. That's unbelievable.
long as they're paper plates, I'll do the dishes.
That's wonderful.
John Anderson asked a serious question on this Thursday. Do you guys think clean energy will eventually be able to
It's
be
a
used
Tuesday.
more than fossil? What did I say?
Thursday.
Oh, yeah, it is a Tuesday.
No,
More than
I don't
fossil-
think.
I think
don't clean
if
energy-
you include nuclear as clean
Nuclear?
energy, then yes. But if you're thinking wind and solar, no, I don't think it will ever get there. I just don't. And it
No.
just doesn't produce enough reliable power to the grid now. All you have to do
That's
is look
the
at
problem.
look at the publicly available charts and graphs that usually show this stuff. At one point, and Germany, who shut down natural gas, going back to it,
background music. I never know why it doesn't work.
I don't either. Germany apparently, they got rid of a lot of natural gas, and
Yeah.
to go to solar and wind, and it was providing like something like 5% of the power, and it only has like not even, I think, around like 12% of the actual capacity of the entire grid in Germany, and their power, the utility bills in Germany are through the roof. And this is indicative of other places around the globe that have done this.
I think if I'm right, I think the grid now is about 25%.
Yeah, I think in
fulfilled
Texas, you're right.
With,
Well, I think the capacity's there. I don't know that it's really producing that much. I did look at one point, and I think it was more like 15%.
not yet. I
So,
want to see if this will play.
all right.
I don't know. That's a commercial.
All right.
Commercial break. I think just wait till this comes on. I think it's going to be on there. See what happens now if you turn it up just a little bit. No, apparently not.
Nothing. No, it doesn't want to work.
And
today.
that's okay
It's all right.
because it was an infringement of somebody's copyright.
Probably
And
so.
I love how they try to take us behind the woodshed and tell us all the time that we're doing bad things by playing our music. Thank you for checking in on YouTube. If you did check in on YouTube, please like and share the video. That will help us. The national average for turkey dinner,
That's
yeah,
Texas.
55.18, 552 a person. So what does that mean? There's like typically 10
Well,
people.
here's what. Yeah, 10 people. Here's what it all is: turkey, stuffing mix, frozen pie crusts, whipping cream, frozen peas, dinner rolls, pumpkin pie mix, whole milk,
You buy that at Sam's.
sweet potatoes, a veggie tray, and a 12-ounce bag of fresh cranberries. That's
If you-
all what goes into that. Texans actually will cost $47.11 this year, so that's a little less than the $5.52 that the national average is. So,
But here's the
yeah.
question. Is that supposed to make you feel good? I mean, all I know is that in the groceries that I bought for this week with people coming in, and there, like I said, there's family going to be in, and we're going to eat good every day. It was over $400 for the week.
You're not getting seconds. Think about this: 10 people at your table. You've got a 16-pound turkey, 14 ounces of cubed stuffing mix. What's that? 2 boxes of stovetop.
That's just anarchy. That's you don't use.
2 frozen pie crusts and the can of pumpkin pie mix.
The fun is making the meal. That's the family share time. That's not
No, 1 pound of frozen peas. That'll feed 20 people because nobody eats them.
right. But they're good with butter.
And gravy.
Butter.
A dozen dinner rolls. Well, that's 1 per person. Dad and mom get the extras. A gallon of whole milk. If you have kids at the table, that gallon ain't surviving. 3 pounds of sweet potatoes. You'll have sweet potatoes forever. And a 1 pound veggie tray. And a 12-ounce bag of fresh cranberries. I don't know. It's not really, I don't think that's feeding a lot of people.
Not working.
And there's no green, no.
No.
And there's no green bean casserole. None of the other stuff in there. Adam Daughtry says enchilada rice and beans for them.
That's a great call.
Get that enchilada casserole from Veracruz, Adam. Do them a favor, save yourself the cooking. There's Brent Anderson checking in.
Hey, Zip.
Brian Small asks, who can I share this with? Is he talking about the show? How terrible it
Well,
is this
you
morning?
no, come on, man. Come on. What do you live? CNN.
Listen to CNN this morning, because they've got to jump on the coattails of COVID, right?
Oh yeah, it's all about COVID.
Yeah. 'Tis the season of giving, which means that apple pie and green bean casserole from your relatives could come with a not so welcome side serving of sniffles and sneezes.
That's so stupid.
Tips on how you can boost your immune system this holiday season. I mean,
You may get a cold from a relative, but it's from being up in front of nobody gets. You don't get a disease from eating.
no, but I mean,
casserole.
it's the fear mongering that we heard during COVID, where you got to social distance, don't have a bunch of people in your house during the holidays, or you'll get COVID. Now they're extending it into cold season. I mean, I mean, seriously, is there a conspiracy to keep everybody in their homes and not enjoying people? I mean,
They don't want you talking about the state of the country. They don't want you discussing what's going on in the land.
I mean, it's just ridiculous.
Concur.
And then people wonder why CNN is somewhat irrelevant. That's why.
Very interesting. I'm done with my
trying to get the phone.
I don't understand. The phone works. You want to call us 894-4020, 361-894-4020. Feel free to call. I'd love to hear somebody else's Thanksgiving traditions. For the first time since I've known her, Donnie T-Lat put up we have, of course, an Astros tree. And then we also have, the main focal Christmas tree. And both are up. The Astros tree yet to be decorated, but lights on. The main tree in the living room pretty much handled, pretty much done.
Nice.
Yeah.
Russia's continuing violations of neighboring airspace. And no one really talks about this, although CNN World is covering this one. But now Romanian fighter jets had to scramble after Russian drones enter its airspace. So how many countries are we at? I think we're at what? Poland, Romania. I believe Latvia is another one. There's at least 3 or 4 that Russian jets or drones have violated airspace.
You think
Is
Russia's
Putin trying?
to?
I think they're trying to escalate this war and expand this war. I really do. There you go. Yeah. German fighters scrambled last week into Romania as well.
After a similar event, so they went to protect Russia. Russia. Yeah, 6 people killed in Kyiv overnight.
Yep. Ukraine launched hundreds of drones today, early this morning, on Russia.
Russia's a nuisance, and they're a weak regime. I mean, unbelievable. Brian Small says an Astros tree. That's why I can't share the show.
What do you make of Simeon being traded? Be Small?
Money. Great player. Altuve-esque numbers. He's a great player. You're going to see a lot of shakeups in the offseason. It's going to be interesting.
Jennifer Rayburn says, we force our family to spend time together year-round. We don't wait to spread the germs just at the holiday
right?
season.
And that's herd immunity. It's good for everybody.
Small says you need a 30 rack of Keystone. Keystone or Keystone Light? I mean,
did he say 30 rack or 30 pack?
30 rack.
I like it.
Pat
There's
Matula.
Pat Matula checking in. Good morning.
Isn't he playing the fiddle somewhere tomorrow
He's
night?
playing the fiddle
With
tomorrow
Scott Taylor,
night
right?
with Scott Taylor.
That's out of the INS Community Center.
That's
a good show.
All-star band.
It is.
Well, he'll fit right in there, too, with his fiddle play.
Simeon couldn't hit, and B. Small says he's been invited to camp.
Well, with that right arm, He'd throw it. I mean, I'm not exaggerating. Be Small would get loose. He'd limber up. He'd be out there doing his thing, getting the bands. He'd get the bands going. He'd make one throw from center field, and that arm would land about halfway to second. He would make a throw to home, and his arm would hit the cutoff man. True story. It would fall straight off.
Kelly Frommie asked me to search Cousins Walk because I hadn't heard this one, but apparently it's a slang term for the cousins all leaving the Thanksgiving get together to go for
smoke
a walk.
dope.
Yeah,
that's what it is. It's a cousins walk is when they all go for a walk and share a joint. That is true. It says the term gained popularity due to the increasing legalization of cannabis, and is often framed. I don't know what you're doing.
I didn't do anything.
Is often framed as a discreet way for family members to connect with each other away from the rest of the family.
Here's the thing. If it's such an accepted practice now, why do you have to sneak away from the rest of the family
Just
to do
like
it?
Puff, puff, pass. And hand me the butter. Here, take a hit.
Oh, that's
I
funny.
don't know.
I don't either.
I never know.
We didn't do we did cousin walk, but it wasn't that. We went off and just got the hell away from the adults. That was it. Wasn't to do that.
That's hilarious. You talking about Lisa?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's happening all over the Mediterranean,
right.
Lisa. They're trying to get into Italy, Greece. They're trying to get into all the countries that aren't Africa.
By the way, Greece might be a really good call for like an extended vacation because, you know, they're so broke. You could take like $50 and stay there a month.
Yeah, I've heard it's real cheap for that reason. Wow.
What do you see?
520-acre plot of land near Lacey Lakeview in McLennan County being eyed for a $10 billion data center, which will be powered by a 1.2 gigawatt natural gas power plant.
Good for them.
I wonder if they're getting a state-backed government loan for that power plant.
Right? Data center. I get lost on what exactly is that like. I mean, is it like
That's your cloud.
a cloud?
Yeah, I think that's the hell's your cloud, or to run crypto, bit mining.
So it's got a lot to do with AI.
Yes.
10 billion. So people think that AI thing is going to stick around, don't they?
That gas power plant would be capable of powering about 300,000 homes.
Well, why don't we do that instead
it's going to power
a
a data center. I'm sure some of the power would go there.
That's craziness. I think what you're going to see, the innovations in technology are going to be making things more efficient. If you could find a way to efficiently, without creating a huge pollution exposure, if you could find a way to store power, that's the problem with solar power. It's either on or it's off. Same thing with wind. It's either on or off. There's no place to store that power. If you could find a way to put it into, you know, batteries somehow, wouldn't it be something if you could somehow store electricity in salt water? We have a lot of it.
There are companies storing it, I think, in the ground.
No.
Yeah. Lisa Poole says they don't want them in the country. Nobody wants them in their country, Lisa.
No, nobody's inviting a bunch of militant
but how they
Muslims into their country.
end up in the country, regardless, is because the NGOs get funded by it. That's the only thing that fuels this. It isn't their humanitarian and goodness of their heart. They're getting hundreds of millions of U.S. tax dollars with very little oversight for the last 4 years at least under the Biden administration, and very little oversight at all because this is all part of the government spending that our legislators in D.C. continue to push forward with the continuing resolutions. It's a cash cow. If the money dried up, these NGOs aren't going to sit there out of the goodness of their heart asking for donations to keep doing what they're doing. They're going to pack up and go away. If we stop facilitating it and funding it from the government, you can bet illegal migration into this country, illegal immigration would probably slow down.
Right.
But we're making it so easy. And that's why Kristi Noem's taking a target at him. Greece has enough problems economically with their own people. They can't afford to take anybody else in.
No, you
They're
don't.
on a little island that has fishing, a few olives, and tourism. Those are their major industries.
You might get. Yeah, you might get on the island, but they're not going to have any amenities for you. You're not getting free health care.
Yeah.
Folks, Palace Bingo, where friends meet friends, December 11th. Meet
We will
us
be
there.
there. Yeah.
December 11th. It'll be fun.
It's a big birthday celebration.
You should be there. White Trash Services, 550-1826. BJ and Scott Nelson building a empire on a mountain of trash. Dumpsters, roll-off dumpsters, temporary. They can drop one at your house, come back and pick it up, throw away all the turkey carcass, that carcasses, anyway, bones. White Trash Services. They will also do your weekly trash pickup in all the counties that can all be heard on the No Bull Network. Calhoun, DeWitt, Goliad, Gonzales, Karn City, Atascosa, B, Frio, Jim Hogg. All those counties part of the White Trash Network. Chesnick Furniture, Chesnick and Love make your house a home. I guarantee it. You go by today, you buy a dining room table, you can eat on it on Thanksgiving Day. Why keep dragging out those old, spider-webbed, dirty, still got gravy on them from last year? Don't drag those tables out. Go buy Chesnick today. Buy some solid hardwood American furniture. Chesnick delivers tonight. There you go. Chesnick and Love make your house a home. See why you just always do better at Chesnick.
Junior says it's that time of year again when you celebrate my birthday on the 11th at Palace Bingo. Cupcakes for everyone.
There you go.
Junior's birthday, my birthday. I found somebody else's birthday that's going to be there on, I think, on the 16th as well. So
Really?
Yeah.
Went Services, shameless plug for Ash to get a birthday gift.
got a nice one from Sherry Jacobs last year. Thank you.
Went Electrical for all your generator needs, turnkey generator needs. Fantastic folks, super honest, highest integrity. Reach out to Went Electrical for all your electric needs. And then Atzenhofer, of course, Victoria's dealership since 1926. Tommy Taylor and the great folks at Atzenhofer taking care of you and yours all the way back to Ed Atzenhofer, fourth generation of family-owned car dealership. Very, very rare, one of the very few in Texas, one of the very few anywhere that's been around since 1926.
Absolutely.
With common ownership. Yes, for years, Junior, you are the epitome of Garth Brooks, shameless.
And don't forget the chopping block, stock up on all the things you're going to want after Thanksgiving dinner. They got barbecue brisket boudin and ultimate cheeseburger boudin.
I'll tell you what, the ultimate cheeseburger sausage, too. You just put it on
sausage. Yeah.
I like it in an air fryer. You just cook it until anything that has the
Still a tart starts
cheese
sizzling
in it.
a little bit.
Oh, yeah. You just until the casing gets kind of crispy.
They got the pressed ham for
I like
$6.99
the
a
pressed
pound.
ham. The kids like it now, too. It's, you don't know, it just takes
It's so
you back.
I was just going to say it's nostalgic.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Because we couldn't afford anything else.
No, that's exactly right.
The macaroni and cheese loaf. Remember
But it
that
was
one?
click better than bologna,
Yeah,
you know?
because it was ham.
But I liked bologna. Now, would you put that in a skillet before you put it on a, like, say, a hoagie? Could
Bologna?
you see that? No, that
ham?
pressed ham, and then you could, like, lay it in there, and then put the provolone.
I always liked fried bologna sandwiches back in the day.
Unashamedly poor people here.
Yep.
We did that. We did that.
That is how you. That is right. That is how you kind of.
I don't understand what it is now. Like my kids now, I'm not exaggerating. And part of it's our association with the chopping block, which has been a tremendous blessing. But my kids are like, Dad, this steak's kind of tough. Literally. I'm like, it's called sirloin, son. It's what I was raised on. It's where my teeth are strong. But sirloin was a treat, right?
Yeah.
I mean, when we used to grill, first of all, there was no gas grill. It was a little kettle, sometimes they were square, sometimes they were round. Put the charcoal in there. My dad had a little squirt bottle for when it flared up. We ate a ton of hamburgers and sausage.
Oh, yeah, we ate a lot of sausage.
You know, sausage, it went a long way. And even though I was an only kid, it needed to go a long way. I mean, I was 6'3" and 185 my senior year in high school and could not gain a pound. I ate 6 pork chops and, I'll just eat what's left of the mashed potatoes. And then we were off to the YMCA to play basketball until they closed it down at 9. It was unbelievable. Could not gain an ounce. I go back and look at those pictures and wonder why I wasted that body. Took it for granted. Went to Texas. Activity went down. Intake went up. Haven't been below 240 years. Crazy. Crazy. Parvita's helping, though.
They're doing a good job.
Yeah, but, you know,
I think so.
Dawn takes care of me, too. Dawn's like, no, you can't have that. I get slapped a lot. Psh. Oh. It was just a little wafer-thin cookie. Psh, psh. You guys have seen it. Those of you that see us out. I'm a beaten man. Did you see where a tornado touched down in Houston yesterday?
Saw that, yeah.
It says 100 homes, more than 100 homes were damaged on Monday after a tornado ripped through Harris County.
CNN has some aerial footage if you want to look at it. Roofs torn apart, houses torn apart.
It's a nice neighborhood
Yeah.
right there. That's, I mean, every picture, every house in the picture looks to be about 4,000 square feet, and they all have a pool.
They all had a pool. They all had a roof at one point.
Man,
I don't think anybody was killed. A few minor injuries, nothing serious, at least reported by the folks in Harris County, which is good news.
it says trees snapped like toothpicks. I think the problem, or what we don't commonly understand about tornadoes, is they create such a vacuum that there's like, it's, I've seen situations where like a 2x4 can be driven almost unscathed, like right through a pine tree. And it's got something to do with the lack of pressure or the reduction in pressure that the tornado sucks. It's kind of like if you see somebody sometimes take a hard-boiled egg and they can put it into a milk bottle. It's that. Oh, yes, this is terrible.
Yeah,
And
look at. I mean, all the tops of these trees are just sheared off.
this is in spring. And what's interesting is that changes the landscaping of that home forever.
Yeah.
I mean, there's pine trees, folks, that are 75 feet tall that are just, all they are is just a telephone pole sticking up.
There's no branches on them anywhere.
No.
They're snapped off 3/4 of the way up.
No, that's terrible.
Good thing nobody was injured.
Oh,
Listen to the things out of England. This is getting crazy because property values there have gone so high. They're saying there are lawmakers there warning that over half the country could end up paying their mansion tax on their homes because of the value of their homes. Not because they live in a mansion, but because the appraisals on those properties have gone so high. And now that they have the new mansion tax,
which is just socialism. It's a tax on the rich.
on homes worth more than £2 million.
Think about the direction of our country in the big picture. You got a whole group of people who want to tax the rich. Those people need to pay their fair share, even though we've already detailed here numerous times that the top 1% of wage earners in this country pay 48% of all the country's taxes.
And the top 50% pay 100%.
Yeah, the top 50% pay the other
taxes.
52%, and 50% of the country pays absolutely none. But we need to tax these people that are driving the bus as opposed to the freeloaders at the bottom of the barrel.
Well,
but at the same time, the same people that want to tax the rich want to bring in an endless supply of unproductive or at least minimum wage type people who are in that 50% that doesn't pay any federal taxes, which creates a financial burden via healthcare, infrastructure, housing,
cell phones,
all those
meals,
things
housing.
to tax the rich even more. We live in a nation that is now committed by design to redistribute wealth. We live with a government that is in the wealth redistribution business, and that's not American.
Why does someone like Bill Gates sit there and say we need to tax the rich? He is the rich. He has a foundation. Is it because he's so guilty about what his foundation actually isn't doing, but providing him a way to shelter money and his income?
Absolutely. BJ, you're correct. There are 3 golf courses in Victoria. Victoria Country Club, Colony Creek, and then Riverside.
Apparently a small fire on the roof of the Victoria Country Club yesterday.
Really?
Yeah, they were doing some roof work, and hot tar caught something on fire. I think damage was minimal. Nobody was injured.
Good. Happy hour went
yeah.
on as scheduled.
I was closed this Monday.
Good. Oh, that's a good day to do it.
Yeah. But, I mean, England is finally waking up to the problems that their mass illegal immigration has created in that country. Housing shortages. I mean, they frame this as a tax against the rich by calling it a mansion tax, but now you have a lawmaker saying this is coming after you folks because property values are increasing so rapidly that $2 million mansion, your little flat will be worth $2 million, and you're going to be paying the mansion tax on that.
You know who makes the decision about what it's worth? Your CAD, if you will, which is a government organization. Do you think if they're like, it's 1.8 to 2.2, make it $2 million, let's get that tax money? They have a little bit of a conflict of interest. What do you make of this? Would you go? Would you go if you had tickets? Rock and roll band Guns N' Roses announces they will visit Arlington and San Antonio next September as part of their 31-stop 2026 World Tour. Sign-ups for tickets, pre-sale, close Monday, December 1st. So they'll probably be playing at Jerry World, and they'll probably be playing at Alamo Stadium.
No, they're going to play at the Alamo Dome on September 16th.
Alamo Dome, yeah, that's what I meant. There is an Alamo Stadium, so it's the Alamo Dome, my bad.
September 16th, they will be there.
Yeah.
There you
go.
Two new songs as well being released on December 2nd, which will be their first new material since in almost 3 years.
George Strait adds second Lubbock show due to overwhelming demand. In other news, Southwest Airlines record crowds flying into the Lubbock airport.
Absolutely.
George Strait, if George Strait probably says now, if I'd have known then what I know now, instead of doing, 100 shows a year for $1 million a show, I would do 10 shows a year for $10 million a show.
AC/DC announcing a summer 2026 show in San Antonio as well. They announced a world tour, I think about a month ago. And
is anybody from that original still alive?
Yeah, I think Angus Young, and what's his name, the lead singer, still Brian Johnson. Although I think he's got some vocal cord issues, but I think he's still singing with him because
Have you heard AC/DC? I mean, having vocal cord issues isn't a problem.
No,
that's like me saying my radio voice is messed up.
Yeah, it is.
It doesn't matter. It's always messed up.
So is your face for radio. Now, my brother was telling me that he went and saw them in Vancouver this last time they were there early in the spring and said that, like for the first 4 songs, they sounded good. And then they just couldn't keep up and couldn't really sing it anymore. And he was kind of like talk singing.
Which is the way I see like a current Rascal Flatts concert.
And so my brother he said they left.
They left?
Yeah. Didn't like the show. They're going to be the Alamo Dome. AC/DC is on July 24th. I mean, is that one of those that you go to now because you didn't get to see them when you were younger?
You just want to say you saw them.
You just want to say you saw them?
Yeah, I think that's the case.
Because, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I couldn't afford the $20 back when I was a high school or a college kid because I was going to school and paying for it. So
there you go.
I don't know that I could afford to go now.
Folks, we've reached the top of the hour. I'm going to tell you this. We're not going to be here tomorrow. We're not going to be here Thursday, and chances are good we're not going to be here Friday.
It's a good chance.
We're not slacking. We're taking a break, kind of like the Eagles. But we'll be back on Monday, worst case. Love you guys. Happy and blessed Thanksgiving. Yeah. We do have lots to be thankful for in this country.
Be grateful for all that you have.
And make sure that we continue to fight diligently, vigilantly to protect the United States of America. Goodbye, folks.
Happy Thanksgiving. Bye, folks.